Music almost always comes with live performance, though it shouldn't need to. Most art exists outside of seeing it created. Most directly I'm into albums, and I see the live events as more of a celebration of those artworks that you can access at any time, but at the same time the albums are there to prop up the live career. Personally, I don't want to live. Oh, sorry, that says live. I don't want to play live. Touring looks crushingly exhausting, overwhelming to plan and full of queasy journeys, crowds, waiting around awake, no consistent comforts. I was kinda invited on a UK gig tour in 2015 by someone who couldn't maintain that offer, and I think I would have done it then, but knew it was at the limits of my capability, and those limits have since recessed like the scalp of a corpse. It's not even profitable. Some of the most amazing musicians shove it between full-time jobs, living out their art as one exhausting leisure activity. Never at risk of success or making a living from it. Kinda certain they're gonna make a 4-digit loss, just hella devoted what they live for. Ew. Living and purpose? I also think of musicking as an emotional extreme, not necessarily overexertion, but still giving your all for those 3 minutes or so, however many times over. I think when a band's found their groove, this is also rewarding. I appreciated being part of a band as a teenager and wanted it back for a while, but no longer consider that feasible and don't feel that as much of a loss. I've felt a situation envy of those who live in cities and can find music collaborators and friends and live their music, but I don't care for living. I should mention that sometime. I lived in a city for long enough and that didn't help. Turns out just being there isn't enough. You have to do stuff too. Other than busking and casual things like open mic nights and one hastily organized tent, I've not bothered with live performance in a decade or so. I was most active around 2010 or 11, around the third Paper Truth album, but it was alongside increasing disability and constant awareness that I wasn't into the culture of it. Performing to a room that's just the other musicians at best, who might politely applaud my tunes but aren't hearing the proper versions, are just waiting for their opportunity to waste people's time instead. And my appeal to hold their attention feels invasive. It's a pathetic situation. I retry it sometimes, but always end up questioning why I retry it. I've got the internet. I enjoy seeing live performance once I'm past all the logistical difficulties. People get to the stage by their devotion, a selection bias of actual meritocracy. It's still impressive how few to no mistakes are made live. I know the answer to that is there's loads of mistakes and you just don't notice them, but I think I do notice them, and there aren't that many. Ever been surprised by changes in a live version, other than a change of key, a missed cue, or one of those extended bits for talking? Get on with it. We could say that changes need to be kept in balance to reward familiarity, but maybe it's more rewarding to familiarity to switch it up a bit. I have a tedious, cancelable habit of singing along at gigs, but at least I don't sing along to the instrument lines. The other toxic habit is ending up at the front, a position taken by the self-righteous or reserved for people who ain't men. Mainly it's because there's something to lean on. I really can't stand up that long, or sit down that long. It's definitely a poorer sound up front, but I don't know, it's not immersive further back. I can have a bad time of it. Then there's really far back in stadiums. Stadion now, where you just can't see the performance. You may as well have a DVD. It'd be a lot more comfortable, easy to get to, affordable. You can replay it once you find a DVD player. When an act reaches stadium level, I just can't be interested in seeing them live anymore. I let the damn Pulp reunion pass me by. Think what you would have given for that. Yeah, you. I don't know if the stats check out, but I feel the use of backing tracks in alleged live performance is increasing. Maybe as budget for live musicians decreases, but definitely as ease of tech access increases. Probably live pop singers have always used it, and rock is catching down with it. I saw a show lately where you could hear literally the entire studio version of the track behind each one of their songs, including vocals, better vocals than they managed live. It feels like something to very much keep in balance. I'd find it annoying to play along with a click track hammering away with non-live musicians competing with me. And yet, I recently tried my first asterisk performance with other instruments beamed in. I think I was actually quite comfortable with it, even though I was standing up and my underwear was kind of visible. Didn't sweat, didn't stumble, didn't freeze up between songs, didn't have to carry my piano across town. And the songs actually sounded like they should. It's actually annoying how well it went, because it'll make me consider lowering my standards permanently. But don't worry, it's not actually a backing track. I found a brilliant alternative, setting up an interdimensional portal where copies of myself from other universes can each play their part. I only found a few me's still alive. I run out of them so often. It went so well we said we'd have another go, but they've actually all since died. I'd call them all freak accidents, but that's not a nice thing to call someone. I've tried to make some more universes by making a lot of decisions, but the me's really don't last. One of them got stuck in some sliding doors. I don't know how big this is globally, but in shit end Midlands, I'm seeing a lot of listings for tribute acts. Whole fucking festivals for them. Seemingly whole venue timetables for them. In a lot of contexts, they easily and inherently outnumber original musicians. It's such a strange career to consider. It feels completely without dignity. But also, what's this construct of dignity I'm clinging to? Dignity and a dime will buy you a dime. It's fun to critique the names, from lazy to unfair to genius, to the dozens of tribute act name ideas I've noted down somewhere. It should be a close reference to the original band name, but one that points out that it's an off-brand version. That's the stuff. The array of acts that get tribute acts is unpredictable. Anyone you've heard of and a few you haven't. I've seen a poster for a Michael Bublé tribute act. The guy who barely has any original songs and whose voice, whose whole shtick is itself a direct imitation of a prior style. Is he not a tribute act? But I've also seen tribute acts at work and they nail it. Maybe it's one way to enjoy morally questionable artists by just photocopying what they're good at and recasing it with the never problematic assembly of 4 straight white dudes who play rock instruments. These guys are just having fun within fandom and selling out small venues with a reasonably hardy second job. They're good at the skill of replication. It's not an active consideration because I just don't care to perform, but I see how the frustration of having musical aptitude and not having an audience could lead someone to be a tribute act. There's a few I'd stand a decent chance at imitating. It doesn't invalidate their real self, it just capitalizes on their skill, in a way Prince definitely wants to sue them for. I don't care for live albums and largely consider studio versions perfected versions, at least when done right. Outside of improv, performance is kind of about matching up to the canon version. If you can express something better live, that just means the studio version wasn't up to scratch. But all that prep, round-the-clock devotion for a job whose active element starts at 9 p.m. earlier in Japan, be like Japan, and a kind of unclean life and the crowds. I can't fathom how they handle it. Except when you compare it to getting a real job. Oh, I sweat. I struggle. I'm unpleasant.